We're going to start the night like this. Masked trickery within Bayou Nights. Under the diffusing Dixie lanterns glow. Flowing songs lost within legend and myth, dancing with a quipster and Perot. Lovers and friends hidden in masquerade and sequent illusions and beaded dancing. These candid moments fading into night, mirroring the revelry of years long past. Fat Tuesday on Bourbon Street. Charles Fuller. Welcome, artists and family. You know what it is. Finally, Thursday night has come back. Pull up a Zoom box, grab a microphone, and get comfortable. It's about to go down. La, 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 la. Open mic presented by the legendary, I said the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I am your host. My name is Elemen2al. Happy Thursday. This is the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. You know how we do. And we've been doing this and doing this and doing this well. Welcome to episode 61. We get down with this every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Streaming live on YouTube. If you're watching and you would like to jump in the Zoom and join us, the number's on your screen, 977-539-856. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. Want to know why I say that? Trust and believe we're going to show you this evening. We do this and been doing this week after week thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills, all right? So we would like to thank the New York State Department of Cultural Affairs and the New York City Council on the Arts for hosting our free online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to neweurekan.org/contribute. Every dollar counts, and it is truly, truly appreciated. Make sure you are plugging in with the dopest tech in the Zoomverse. Story Noy Rod Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. You're not down with RMT by now, damn it. You should be. All up in the BX. That cat's dope. For real. Appreciate you, Ron. Always, man. This is where you can find me, Elemen2al.com. Take out the T, put in the number 2, Elemen2al.com. So many things going on. Make sure you plug in, all right? Tonight's theme, Fat Tuesday on Thursday. Celebration, right? There's so much history in this, right? Shout out to Priestess. I heard from the Priestess earlier. You know, listen, there is so much history in this, right? However, If your artwork is not on theme this evening, that is still totally cool. We are still looking forward to all of the genius that you're sharing with us this evening. Next week's theme, coming at y'all. Woo! Bear up. Black history, the character of leadership, humility, right? It is Black History Month, right? The character of leadership is what we're going to be looking at, and humility, right? When you see these faces, right, they represent lots of things, lots of people, right? So bring your artistic license and come to get down, all right? That's what we're going to be dealing with next week. Here is a list of the upcoming themes for the rest of February. And listen, March is coming in quick, y'all. So get your pens ready. We are moving. Let's get to the rules so we can get to the artistry this evening. Artists, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic as much as possible. Plus, we love to see all the beautiful exuberance that goes into your poetic performance. All right. As you're preparing to come to the mic, make sure you have your artwork ready. All right. There are plenty of folks on the list. The list will be full by the time we get to the end. All right. Make sure also you are changing your Zoom name to coincide with how you want people to connect with you before or after you get down. Place your information into the chat so we can continue to grow the greatest community in the world. All right. Artists, you got 3 minutes to rock. Also, a 30-second intro to let the world know how they can connect with all the incredible things that you do. All right. We have reached the time of night where all sensitive ears should be gone. All right. There are explicit lyricists in our community, and they may bring about some triggering flashbacks. All right. But the founders of our cafe were major proponents on the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it maintains in the vein of everything we do. Therefore, there is no censorship other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate, which will not, I said not, be tolerated. Come around to get cute, man, to get the boot, baby. All the way from the BX, man. Trust. It's going down. All right. Listen, what we do, this art form is a living, breathing trigger warning. Thou hath been warned. This is a true call and response space. All right. After these artists get up here and they share a true essence of who they are, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to share all of that energy, all of that exuberance with the room. Don't worry about the noise, y'all. It's the rowdy, it's not a week anyway, right? And we're gonna make sure it stays that way. So unmute and give all of that energy to the artist, to the community, and it will be returned to you in every single performance this evening. Trust and believe. The guaranteed list tonight is closed, all right, because signups begin 24 hours before the show, which would be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. All right, to sign up, you go to neweureka.org, you click on full events calendar, you click on a Thursday that you want to get down on, and you need an artist RSVP ticket. It's the only way you're getting on the guaranteed list, not a view, an artist. All right, that's how you get on the guaranteed list 24 hours before the show. All right, be on the lookout for the sign up reminder on IG. Plug in, folks. Also, if you're in the tri-state area, make sure you are plugging in with the New Eureka Bowery Slam. That stage goes hard. I'm telling you. Shout out J Rose. Shout out Luna Rosa. It goes. I'm telling you, that stage is something serious. Also, shout out my man Soul Preem at the New Eureka Open Mic. Make sure you are plugging in. That cat's all kinds of incredible. Also, shout out Tony McPherson. Final Fridays is happening. All right, the Slam team is built. It's gonna be a monster, y'all, for real. Make sure you're plugging in. Also, the Know Thyself meditation space. Make sure you are understanding that we are trying to cultivate the entire artist. All right. Tonight's list. Oh my goodness. Listen. It's gonna be interesting, folks. Tell you I wait all week for this, and this is gonna be another one. Let's get to it. Where's all my rowdy friends? What's good? See things in the building with Dr. Z. What up, man? Don't say it. Professor Platinum is here. Yeah, bro. Listen, to all the folks in the building, great to see you. Great to see you. Let's get this jumped off as I'm putting the list in the chat. Listen, anytime we get a chance to start off with this artist, listen, and I always say, folks, no matter what you've been going through, Your week is about to be put into balance. Coming up first this evening, all the way out on the West Coast, Pacific Northwest to be exact, this incredible gentleman, like I said, is about to put our week in balance. I see he's got his instrument strapped on, so it's about to be something. But only Joski C is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Joski. Always great to see you, sir. Come on, set it off.
Hey, Elemental. Coming through?
Like a rock star, Joski. Come on.
Okay. This song is brand new. Actually, it's kind of in progress, but I have to play it because I just can't stand watching how Donald Trump is decimating our foreign aid. So, this is called A Tariff on Their Lives. Trump stopped the aid for Uganda. Ebola's on the rise. Experts without funding. Children won't survive. Bed nets left in factories, unable to protect. All these heirs of Africa from malaria. A tariff on their lives. Trump stopped the trucks in Zambia to stop the medicines. A businessman's transaction, trade the young for dollar signs. A tariff on their lives. Trump stopped the research and the trials over all this world, feeds the patients to the pathogens. HTB, malaria, fever spread like fire. Treatment has stopped, funding is gone, executive orders, funeral song. Trump stopped the world from breathing, withholding oxygen to suffocate the poorest ones in the clinics of the slums. A tariff on their lives. Trump stopped the research and the trials all over this world, feeds the patients to the pathogens. HTB, malaria, fever spread like fire. Treatments have stopped, funding is gone, executive orders, funeral song. No bed nets are arriving. Children won't survive. Trump has withheld funding, a tariff on their lives. A tariff on their lives.
To tell y'all what this dude does, and then had the nerve to be controversial at that. I love that dude. Oh, mute yourself. Give it up for Joski.
Want to start a revolution now?
That's nice. Keeping the political vibe going.
Nice.
Hi, guys.
You know, oh,
If the revolution needed a band, you would be it.
yes.
You know what I want to know? How do you feed a billionaire out of a poor man's voice?
Goodness.
How
What?
do you feed a billionaire out of a poor man's voice?
Yeah. You know, listen, hold on. Now I know, Deneen, you said, I'm not a poet. I just say some stuff sometimes, but that was pretty heavy, man. She said, how do you feed a billionaire on a poor man's voice? Artists are just the most beautiful people in the world. Joski, when you do stuff like that, I agree with Matty Ice. You are trying to start a revolution here, man. Like you tiptoeing, tap dancing, like on all of the stuff, man. Even the title, right? First of all, shout out to new shit. A tariff on their lives, right? And when you start coming out with children won't survive, trade the young for dollar signs, okay? That means everyone has a price. Everyone. And that's just ridiculous, right? Funding is gone. Executive orders, funeral songs. That's just, I love what you do, Joski, because you're so real, you're so committed to it. And then your songs always add to your energy. Thank you, sir, for doing what you do. Truly. What's good, Deneen? It's really good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Great to see you. Woo! Starship is underway, folks. Let's keep it going. Coming up next, this incredible artist, author of Four Crescents, Black Calculus, Evaporated Rage, this Pushcart nominee is amazing. Playwright, poet, just altogether extraordinary individual, has been rocking with us, continues to do it well. I'm telling you. Mathematics is in the building. Shout out to educators in the building, man. It is always great to see you. Let these folks know where they can find you. Please, Maestro, take it away.
Here on Thursday night, if I get to the sign-in on time, that's where you'll find me. Okay, baby. Joski, wow, you are an inspiration. And I got this piece right here that's going to follow that up, which is looking afterwards. And then I got another piece to go there. Title of this piece is Ashes Rising. After the conflagration, memories of life, a long, slow roast of caged birds, an endless night of deferred dreams, strange, low-hanging fruit rotting on the vine, calling you to a picnic you weren't invited to. Ancestors keep embers glowing, remembered dreams flowing, not deja vu. Vision focused on the always now, shedding darkness, not waiting for dawn, light filling the night, resisting death wishes, waiting in the shadows. Firebirds fly higher without singed wings. You dream of a place to come true in. Next piece. The Pull of Gravity, after Fernando Pessoa. When I feel loved, I remember the pull of gravity, the light touch of clouds floating in an infinite blue, the rise, the fall of dust lifted by the soles of feet, dragging home the prodigal return of an exile. The press of memories squeezed from a hug like water from a damp rock, good to the last drop. The crush of 30 fathoms, bursting organs like grapes underfoot. So deep, it smothers light. So shallow, it blows like wind through fingers. The balance, a fulcrum between sizzle and steam. The space between the fire and the freeze. The indecision of a glacier in retreat. Peace.
I never know how that cat does it, but it always comes out smooth as rock. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Matt.
Yeah, Norm, I forgot the name of the poet. You said one of those pieces was after, but that poet should be doing poems after you.
Tell him, Jedi Master. No doubt.
Thank you for the praise. Thank you, brother.
Yo, Math is just, he's one of those cats, right? A fencer, an educator, a poet, a playwright. He does this for real with his pen. He said, a long, slow roast of caged birds. Man, calling you to a picnic you weren't invited to? What? He said, I remember the pull of gravity, dragging home the prodigal return of an exile. What? The balance of fulcrum between sizzle and seize. I don't know. I don't know, man, like where your connection comes from, but I'm thankful that it's yours. Please continue to do what you do. Truly appreciate you, Matt. For real. Make sure you plug in with Matt. That dude's all kinds of dope. All right, coming up next. Listen, this just, one of my favorite artists. She made the move from NYC to Philly and decided that she was gonna jump on stage and rock that too, right? Listen, this artist is all kinds of incredible, and you're about to find out. Go Dr. Z Page in the building. Great to see you. Let these folks know where they can find you. Come on, Dr. Z Page. Take it away.
So good to see you, Matthew. Yeah, cool. I'm Z Page. You can follow me on Instagram at ZPagePoetry. I just moved to Philly, so any Philly poets, feel free to message me. Looking to make community. Seems to be a pretty cool poetry scene out here already from what I'm seeing. I have some new shit I wrote this weekend. It's called My Darkness. Who do I become when the lights are dimmed? And I'm stuck at the beginning again, repeating a cycle of self-inflicted vengeance, caning myself as penance, because I don't think I deserve repentance, a redemption self-proclaimed by those who overcame the tremendous guilt of loss. I've learned everyone departs when the switch flips dark, panicked and running from dreams of monsters. Nobody stands behind a rogue on a rampage, a maverick unmanaged, leading a charge based on pain pumped from gritty syringes, bleeding betrayal like diseases, spreading infections throughout a destination wedding, a fantasy. A legacy of self-destruction that'll singe your cardiac valves until they're caved in by bacteria. My life is a Rolodex on continuous turnover. The friends I have today won't be here tomorrow. The ink is forever erasable, save the text on tech media, using a pretend delete button and a pretext for friendship that counts acquaintances like capitalistic gold nuggets. It's a predilection for addiction. Buttons on a keyboard clacking with dopamine, fingers on the pulse of electricity, over spills with thrills of catching what ails me when they take my mask off finally after deception kills me. It's the effect of hubris. The stain of maleness breeds insecurity. Some say immaturity, a toxicity, but really an inability to socially express vulnerability in a world that punishes weakness. We're all just triggering each other. Trigger fingers on trauma, wincing when angry men yell at us, heart stopping with the threat of violence, raping my eyes when I can't see it coming. It's a race to express who hurts the most by the dreaded oppression creeping over our heads and suffocating like hoods of death. Strangely, we don't unify enough against it because too often we're tearing our team apart to escape the silence. Silence taught me I am my darkness. As I fell for all of this, falling down a hole, I escaped just to slide down again. There's only shadows of enemies punching myself until I'm defeated. Invisible wars of made up narratives. I hope I can cleanse my soul wholly and move forward from scars of bandages, gauze wrapped my failures and enjambment, carrying my past with me, no longer with pause or punctuation, regaining trust with myself and society. Poem.
Oh, I keep telling y'all, she puts in work. Oh, mute yourself. Give it up for Dr. Z. Hey!
Oh, wonderful work.
Well, Doc, moving to Philly hasn't impinged upon your output at all. I was really enjoying the uh, exclamatory tone in your voice through the whole poem. You know, you have a way of doing that where you're not overpowering the mic. You got a balance going on that I think serves your poems extremely well, getting across that very emphatic tone and exclamatory tone without kind of beating everybody's ears up, in a way that's difficult to sit through sometimes. Welcome back. It's like you never left here.
Facts. Like what you do, Dr. Z Page, I think it would rock coast to coast, right? It doesn't really matter where you go because the poetry is in you. And when you spit it out, everybody feels it, right? And then you have the nerve to be really dope with the pen, right? Self-inflicted vengeance, right? Like the tremendous guilt of loss is just difficult, right? If you have survivor's guilt, that's just to beat you down. My life is a continuous Rolodex. For the folks who may not know what that is, trust me, Google that shit. It was key. It was a key part of every desk at one point in time, like for real. Trigger fingers on trauma. I just love that because people attack people with their traumas. I dig that. A race to express who hurts the most. Like we measuring trauma? Like it's a trauma measuring match? Like, come on. Thank you for doing what you do, Dr. Z Page. And I'm glad that you found a poetry community in Philly, so you can keep doing what you do. Really. Make sure you do exactly to them what you did to the folks in New York. For real. Don't give them a fucking break. For real. Appreciate you for doing what you do. Glad you made it. Appreciate you. All right. Coming up next. Listen, haven't heard from this poet in a couple weeks, but listen, when this poet comes through, she definitely rocks. All right? Listen, the one and only Minnie Mars is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, man. Please take it away.
Hi, can y'all hear me well? Okay, I posted my socials in the chat. This piece is called House of Rage. And I wrote it after watching I think the second episode of, yeah, it was an episode of Lovecraft Country. So I hope y'all enjoy. A house had by fire, walls painted in fire, seen red is anger and hotter than a Death Valley day. He makes her rounds about the house, pacing in anticipation, waiting for the fire to die, but it spreads. Held in place by the fire in her eyes, she is the rage of innocence, the rage of America not thinking twice before it invades another country while morally dictating her life. She is the rage of the innocence, the leader, insidious to his core, shamelessly soliciting shame, knocking on any door. He came to mine last night. I refused, yet his congregation labeled me the whore. He screams and yells from his pulpit. He's convinced of his own name. He robs you of your dignity and passes out shame. He's Big Brother. He watches and scolds. Unaware of the mold growing on his cold shoulder, he'll decay too. He's mortal. He's not a rock. He's a superhero, a fallacy, an ideology, just a god, a man made sculpture carved from white supremacy rock, the foundation for hate. He grows colder as he's convinced he's got you stuck in place. He's a face, he's a name, he's a building. He cannot rebuke you even if he tried. He's merely a tradition, and most traditions die. He's a character. The playwrights are getting merrier. They write a man even scarier to carry the weight of their hate. He desires much from you. He desires much from you. He'll take you down without complete submission. He is vicious. He is Western. He's a witness to violent systems, but depends on you to solve every issue, every problem, because he's testing you. If no one else says it, I will. He's a manipulator, forcing you to prove your loyalty, saying he died for you and me, but we must earn the royalty. Live a life dedicated to him, and then you'll see the gold. Smart guy, because you get old and you get scared, you're desperate, and you find your way to the king. Well, give him a message for me. I want my story to be about me, not about blind sacrifice or finding moral ways to love. When I was a sinner, I was good and still am good enough. I don't need your songs, your death, your sacrifice, or your spiritual wealth. I don't need another hymn, a scripture, or a prayer. Give me rage and let me inform that rage. You see, you lay down your responsibility. I put mine in the driver's seat. You have no accountability. I wear mine underneath my feet. It is my foundation for perspective and worldview. But the only thing you can see are sinners looking back at you. In this house of rage, I will knock you off your horse. It's best you prepare battles because I've been training for war. And oh, send another message to your king for me. Shame lives here no more. It's best you study the fire and the heat because there's some at your door.
Yeah. Yeah, put him on notice. Put him on notice. That's how you do. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Minnie Mars.
Thank you for that. Oh, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, truly. I was smiling through that whole poem because it was such a beautiful exercise of standing up and speaking out to the kind of person everybody's going to run into too many times in life. This person who just becomes a big wall, an impediment, trying to make you think less of yourself. And that was just a beautiful example of, speaking up and straight to that person.
This is what I love about artists, right? Artists that put their pens to work, right? And she said it was inspired by something that she watched, right? And sometimes those things can just spark wildfires, and you end up with a poem like this, right? He cannot rebuke you even if he tried, right? Right? I want my story to be about me, right? I've been training for war. Oh my gosh. Like, I feel like I've been training for war since before I could talk. Since before I had words, I've been training for war. Like, that's just how it is. But man, how you do that. House of Rage indeed. Window to wall. Like, that's just work. Appreciate you, Mini Mars, for doing that and bringing it to us. Appreciate that. All right. Coming up next. Yo, I keep telling y'all, I don't know how this cat does it, but he continues to write work that just sticks to your bones. He just does. The one and only Alan Gary is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, sir. Please, take it away.
It is an honor to be here at the greatest open mic stage in the world. Friends, say hi on my posts on my Alan Gary Facebook page. Our theme tonight, Fat Tuesday, is a celebration with masks, but I remove my mask, throw it away, because Fat Tuesday is also known as Shrove Tuesday, a time of confession. This piece is my truth. God's hand touches the face of a child. Blessed be in death. What purpose was its life? Waves of hate consume with voracious tsunami-like ferocity, standing room only on the other side. Is it better to kill a dream before the nightmare takes a bow, or defile a foe anyway we know how? When seeking an answer, must we first know the question? What if our pursuit becomes aggression, and in the end, all we find is cancer? Shall we craft wings like Icarus to carry us to realms unknown, to find what we feel we need to be known? Becoming prideful, unafraid of the sun, will we sit on thrones made of vituperative scoldings? Looking for the truth we will never understand.
Isn't that like such a looking for the truth we'll never understand? Like, that's just a beautiful conundrum. Unmute yourself, give it up for Alan Gary.
Yeah, just the opening opening few words of that poem just got me riveted, Alan. The rest of it was a really pretty heavy ride. Is it better to kill a dream before the nightmare takes a bow? That's another one of those sayings I'm one on a wall somewhere.
No doubt, sir. No doubt. Like, I keep telling y'all, he just writes like that, right? It just sticks to your bones, right? Blessed be in death. What purpose was its life? Standing room only on the other side. What? When seeking an answer, must we first know the question? Right? That reminds me of the Matrix. When they ran up on Neo, he said, it's the question that drives us. You know the question, don't you? What is the Matrix? That's what that poem reminds me of. As you said, it's my truth. How you do what you do, sir, is amazing. Thank you for sharing it with us. Always. You're pretty incredible, sir. All right, let me shout out a couple folks before we move on. I did see Professor Platinum. Shout out Doug Silver. Love that dude. Shout out the educators in the building. I see Julia and Marissa, Valeria, Angelina. Who else was in here? Tucker and Kaylin and Michelle and Rhea and Tandis. Listen, all of y'all who came through, I appreciate all of that energy, right? Welcome to the greatest community in the world. Truly, truly, thank y'all for coming through this evening. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, yo, this cat's been all over the place, man. But this cat works, man. I will not forget that. This cat puts in work live with a band. Listen, the author of The Impromptu of Love and Music. This is like the Earth Poems laureate right here. Trust and believe. The one and only Ray Whitaker is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. It's always great to be here. And y'all think my name is Ray, but tonight I am the anti-Valentine. So I have 3 short poems that are, you're not going to find them on a Hallmark card. So the first one is called The Morning Routine. Let me get my computer happy here. In waking up too early, arising, rubbing sleep from eyes, acknowledging the coolness on unclothed flesh. The breeze from just walking across the living room is too cool for a shirtless chest. Toes becoming cold on bare feet, envious of the dog's double coat. It is January after all, and just because the mind has raced into April doesn't mean it's quite here yet. Crossing into those outdoor experiences needed to soothe my busy mind. A sudden, intuitive morning realization that I had been completed twice in this life, lucky in that. Been loved more than some, and loved a lot more than most. Even the conifers way over there, standing tall on the mountainsides, cared about while standing at attention. The sky is cloudless through the windows, looking with coffee cup held in both hands, fingers curved, appreciating the warmth. There it is clear and blue bright, uninterrupted, expanding past the mountains. This next one is called I Am. There, a cute woman looking at me. Short upturned nose, she was part of something bigger than herself. She filled me, breached my stone redoubt, wanting a respite, even though she pulled me towards her with a silken rope, bit away from, but towards too, hailing for me and returning to me. We were both, making the intense attractions so much stronger, and dancing some primeval waltz, that energy exchange, alluring in close contact, moist. Bouncing, wiggling, wild hair not covering much, this intense attraction between us to bond us. I am an addiction, she says, in a soft, sexy voice, fingers slowly motioning to come hither. I call you to follow, participate. Thank you. And I have one more here that is called a Valentine poem. And for those of you that don't know me, I have a big dog named Theo. A Valentine poem. No Valentines for me, or chocolates, or sloppy kisses, or a card ain't a flower in sight. Not needing to dress up for a night on the town. A weekly written Hallmark card poem, unnecessary. Nor a breakfast in bed to prepare. Just me and Theo howling together in an odd sort of celebration. We sound good in a moonlight sort of way. Thank you for listening, everyone.
We sound good in a moonlight sort of way. Come on, man. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ray Whitaker.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
Ray.
Yeah. So wonderful that your love poem to the dog. Those images were so wonderful. Thank you.
We've been known to sing together.
Hey, listen. When you find a partner like that, sometimes you just gotta, sing it out. You know what I mean? Especially when no one says, "I think you're a little off key there." Nah, he just continues to howl. Like, I love it, man. I really do. Expanding past the mountains. She said, "I am an addiction." Nah. I don't want no parts of that. Sure don't. I'm going that way. I don't want no parts of that. I call you to follow, right? She was something bigger than herself. That's just dangerous. However, when you have that experience and you write about it, it becomes something much more. So even if she does have a name, she doesn't really need one. She exists in your poem. And it's beautiful, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you for sharing it with us. Listen, be anti-Valentine all you want to. You're still dope as hell, sir. Appreciate you. All right. Coming up next, this incredible gentleman, author of I Didn't Come Here to Tap Dance, always has something for you, right? There's always an experience like hanging in his throat. So just prepare yourself for the one and only Baba Ngoma to come in here and do exactly what he does. Please let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, God. Please take it away.
What's up, y'all? It's good to be seen. You can find me here on Thursday night. I got two poems. One is new and it's kind of really short. I don't know if it's finished yet, but I'm gonna read you what it says. I've been writing these poems. I've been writing these poems since before the beginning of time, when Black people ruled the world that was known as Kemet, and Kemet was a part of Al-Kabulan, or when the Moors were kings. I've been writing these poems of truth, but truth is having a hard time being heard, always being challenged. Its destiny is victory. The truth, when crushed to earth, will rise again. I remember chattel slavery, but slavery is only a short time in history. Some of us dare to tell this story. That's why I spit these truths into the omniverse, leaving its mark on the walls of your consciousness, praying it won't be erased from the archives of existence. I remember the future, where the righteous shall rule again. I've been writing these poems since the planet goes in circles. I've been doing some rearranging and whatnot in my house, and what it comes to is I've been finding poems and books of poems and stuff that I'm just remembering and whatnot. This is called Y2K Jive. Y2K Jive rode in on the sound of my Yadaki, the year when fascism thrives, where nothing is as it seems, as we suffer from multiple realities, when souls leave the planet in magnitude, perhaps due to the attitude that allows death and destruction, as opposed to life and cooperation. A world turned upside down, where we are jailed by our liberators, inundated by too many saviors, intent to bury their religion in our consciousness, creating fear of damnation, bombed with depleted uranium, watching our women give birth to stillborn babies with third eyes blind, trapped by a veil of ignorance from the fourth dimension. Because I believe in sound and things I can't see in the dark, as waters turn to steam. My knowledge comes from the doggone stars, so screw Alice and her wonderland. Earth's creatures give warnings of her changes. We must learn to talk with owls and fear not change, for life is constant, Overstanding never came to the lazy, so mental push-ups are required to comprehend this zen I'm in. But if you listen to the silence, I send my light to you.
Yo. He said he found that. He happened to stumble upon that. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Baba. It's Domo.
Casually.
Amazing.
There's all
Casually.
kinds of other stuff he found too.
Really, this poem really just cracked open poetry for me. You have a way of doing that. I also want to tell you one of the incidental things you do for me in Goma when I hear your voice is you bring the sensation of being inside the actual cafe alive to me, because that's where I encountered your poetry the first time. And I just smell the floorboards and the brick, and I sense the space and the rawness of it. It's just what your voice brings back to me.
Thank you.
He said you sound like brick and mortar. He said you sound like foundation, like destiny, like history leading us into the future, right? Like, come on. Like, and then, yo, I saw Maddie's face too. I'm just like, yo, Dr. Z Page wrote it too. Like, I've been writing these poems. Like, come on. Come on. Like, yo, if y'all haven't written that poem yet, that's my challenge to y'all this week. For everyone who hasn't touched on that yet, do yourself a favor and write that poem. I've been writing these poems. Just do yourself a favor, trust. It's one of the most cathartic poems that you'll write. For real. He said, way back when the Moors were kings, right? Destiny is victory. But slavery is only a short time in history, leaving marks on walls of real consciousness. Since the planet goes in circles, like, let's go. In that Y2K jive, listen, the attitude that allows death and destruction, right? Jailed by our liberators, trapped by a veil of ignorance from the fourth dimension. Screw Alice and her wonderland. Overstanding never came to the lazy. And if you don't know, now you know. Appreciate you, Baba, for always with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. For real, for the culture and the cipher, man. You just put in work. Appreciate you, God. Whew, let's keep it cooking, y'all. Listen. Love it. Coming up next, all the way across the pond where it's wicked late. The most eloquent writer I know, and he continues to do it and do it and do it well. The one and only Lantern Carrier is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Lantern. Always great to see you, brother. Please, take it away.
Thank you, my brother. Greetings, happy Valentine to all. Celebrations existed pre-Roman times and are necessary to a persona as they remind us of the light within. They offer a respite which we so desperately need to dim our mental waves of turbulence and invite the childlike cheerfulness of the heart. They encourage us to unburden, where we can, the yoke of tiresome emotions, resetting values in the richness of diverse traditions, grand parades and historic festivities, each reflecting unique cultural heritages and community spirit. In my quest for identity, in shaping my African, native, or other traditions, religion, partnerships, environment, and political persuasions, as well as life choices, has been important to me. I inevitably encountered challenges, and so festivities become a necessary solace for my soul and soul. It is never easy on memories, carrying both historical and modern-day cruelty, ingesting the negative pungency of aromas that seek to divide the harmony of race, diversity, countries, and alienation of communities. Fat Tuesday counteracts this with a moonlit mirror of gaiety, carnival, and floats, like in Miami, where they attract millions of tourists. It embodies a childlike naivete, bringing it to parties, lots of street food, exuberance and cheerfulness, a crucial diversion and necessity for the soul. In England, we engage towns and communities for days. There are free gigs, parades, and ticketed events, street parties and artists, and a wealth of local bands. We engage in merrymaking with like-minded souls, families, and friends. The Fat Tuesday malls of Orlando or Las Vegas are usually more glamorous, with humans gathering essentially to work, shop, show their stuff, eat, drink, or party and dance. Merry-go-rounds and other joyful events can be a welcome change from mass deportation for families, talk of land grabbing or enforced tariffs, which only benefits the rich, given powers to scrutinize our data, social security, and create fear by threatening to buy countries or assets. Celebrations are an essential part of that which makes us holy. Whether it be Mardi Gras or Ash Wednesday, they prepare us for the season of Lent, which spells prayer, atonement. For many, they invoke healing. For others, the mercy of a Jesus the Christ, the resurgence of a colorful spring that strengthens not only the outer harvest of splendor and beauty, but love, the inner serenity of peace and light, of freedom and hope, so desperately needed by so many humans today. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
I'm telling y'all, Dr. Love never misses. Unmute yourself, give it up for Lantern Carrier.
Nice to hear it again, Lantern.
Way to go, Lantern.
Pam, thanks for getting here again tonight. Celebrations are an essential part of what makes us holy. And I really
Indeed.
picked up on something I really enjoy in the tones you use and some of the lines you do, Lantern, where you are informing us of something, and you end the line with this tone in your voice that is basically saying, wake up. Realize this, wake up. And it really brings me to what something Bear Wolf said like last week, how we really need to get people to awaken now.
Absolutely. The only pushback that I would have to that, Jedi Master, is he's probably the calmest alarm clock that you could get. So I don't even know if he would get you out of bed, right? You're just like, oh, that's Lantern. I'm just gonna go back to sleep because he said love. And like just how you do that, Lantern. I really don't know how you do it, sir. That's why I call him Dr. Love. Because every time he comes into it, when he says love, there's just so much light emanating from you when you mention love. Right? It's not like a feeling for you. It seems like it's a part of your DNA. Right. And I love that you bring it in each and every poem, right? Where festivities become solace, a childlike naivete, a welcome change from mass deportation of families. Right? Create fear by buying a country. What? Like, yeah. Come on, Maddie. You know what it is. Yeah. You know what it is, Maddie. And I love the history aspect, right? You mentioned Mardi Gras and Ash Wednesday and Lent, right? That's just truth, folks. That's just history, right? The resurgence of a colorful spring. I just don't know how you do it, sir, but I'm thankful that you do and you share with us. Truly appreciate you, sir. Whew, tell you, Lantern's a monster, man. The best kind, for real. All right. Listen, we are going to flow through halftime this evening. Shout out RMT. Make sure you are sending all your positive energy to Ron all the way up in the BX. Always appreciate you, RMT. All right. Coming up next, I had the luxury of having a conversation with the priestess earlier today. And every time I talk to the priestess, she always puts me up on game. Always. Today was no different. We were talking about that. We were talking about a few things. But I'm telling you, the priestess has come again to share her divine energy. The one and only Oshun Yen is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you. Please take it away.
Okay, now this is crazy. I was actually going to read something else, and like in Goma, I found this poem, but I found it in my phone, so I'm going to do this. I'll just do it. I'm not giving any explanations. And if you want to know where to find me, I can be found on Instagram. I can be found on Facebook. And I can be found on the other side of the moon looking for the aliens who Ron told us had already been deported to come and get the man out the White House. Because he's got to be an alien. Anyway, poem, Doing Time at the Crossroads. Doing time at the crossroads, palm oil poured, libations of gin, honey, cola sacrificed, Allegra and ancestors summoned. Doing time at the crossroads, first a history lessons, Majuba, Dobale, head in the earth's dirt. Majuba, see the long lines of jelly, yes, poets, Akewi, poems and poets, the scriptures of Ijala and Ikun Yawo. Hear the history, listen to their songs, learn their lessons, chanted in Proverbs, Odidere, Akwowo, and Oloboro. The sweetness of bird song, the thud of mud and stone, the sting of needle. Oba Kimu Okorin, no king dares to arrest a poet. Lagbara, power, doing time at the crossroads. Second, the blood, genetic compulsion written in the DNA, Bombara, Yoruba, Igbo, Congo genes, plasma for the blues, jazz, poetry, so magical the world listened, transfixed on harmonics, hardened souls transformed into humanity. But that's not all. Genius souls brought medicine turned medical cure, astronomical vision turned universal vision, mystical communication turned agricultural abundance. If you love anything enough, anything will talk to you, George Washington Carver whispered, and some of us heard. Doing time at the crossroads. Third, honor, respect, and remember those who left their footprints for you to follow in the roads crossed. Alegba, master of this domain, reveal the future in poems, in photographic images, in epic movies, in riddled sayings, in prophetic proverbs, in sharpened pins and needles, honey and water, written in passion and fire. Doing time at the crossroads, the cosmic realm of all learning, the sacred place of evolution, where all things visit, where all things transform, where all things come to pass. Yes, even this poem.
Where all things come to pass, even this poem, y'all. Unmute yourself, give it up. Oh, shoot, yo, yeah.
Yeah, I hope you keep finding more poems you've lost in your phone. Thanks.
Right. What? Listen and listen. Peace to the God and the earth. Listen, y'all remind me of Nas and the Lost Tapes, right? Nas released an entire album of songs that he just like y'all. Oh, I happened to find this. I don't know. It was on a shelf somewhere on a 2-inch reel, and I just happened to throw it on the. But it's still relevant. I just doing time at the crossroads. Like, listen, this line though. Like, I don't know where this came from, but this one's gonna stick with me for a while. No king dares to arrest the poet. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Lines like that should be in legislation. For real. Hold on, priestess. I see you. I'm coming back at you, please.
That proverb is all over West Africa. You can be in Senegal, Gambia, Nigeria, Ghana, Anywhere. That proverb is all over West Africa. No king dares to arrest the poet.
It's a proverb. Oh, that makes it even worse. That makes it even worse. Oh my goodness. Oh, hearts and soul transformed into humanity, right? The cosmic realm of all learning. You know, when you write poems like that, it sounds like you visited that place quite a few times. And I'm thankful you made it back and you share that work with us. Thank you. Thank you, Priestess, for always blessing us. Truly, truly appreciate you. Whew. All right. Let's keep it going, y'all. Coming up next, storytellers in the building. This next artist, listen, I don't know how she does this, right? It may be a list, but a story that turns into a hit like every time. The one and only Markensia is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
You can find me here on Thursday nights. New Orleans, Louisiana, Mardi Gras, Black masking Indians. Since late 1800s, as commonly theorized, is deemed cultural appropriation, a sacred oral tradition, reimagined, marked by liberation, pride, defiance, ancestral blood, hand to hand, woven regalia. Through time and persistence, feather, needle, thread, bead, glue, rhinestone, ribbon, sequence, tambourine, drum, face paint, chant. Colors, saturated, vivid, vibrant, worn on Super Sunday, weighing up to 100 pounds and costing tens of thousands. Native American Indians housed, uprooted, and unshackled enslaved Africans, therefore paying homage, featuring them on suits for their patronage, parading hours on foot in the streets of Black hoods. Chiefs and queens assume their position. Fierce, competitive spirit waged war, now smack talk, and in favor, embrace, and words of good faith. Copywritten work is encouraged, for such media is of public ownership. Inflation raise artistic merit while shrinking wallets. Thank you.
The only thing that was missing there was the second line, rocking with you. Unmute yourself, give it up for Markensia.
Hey. Wonderful work.
No, there is something, and again, like I said, shout out to Priestess, right? There's something very real. Lantern did it. Alan Gary touched on it. Oshunyo Yin touched on it. When you start digging into the history of what Fat Tuesday is, it's not just a celebration, folks. It's not. I know the outward appearance of it is celebration, but it's not. It's history. It's culture. It's meaning. It's passing down traditions, right? And the way that she layered all those things in there, the stitches, the mass, the weight of those things. And they marched down the street in Black hoods, like she said, no doubt. Deemed cultural appropriation, marked by liberation, right? Worn on Super Sunday. Listen, all facts, all right? And if you don't know, this is what I love about poets, folks, because we don't say shit unless we research it. That's just how we do. Thank you, Markensia, for doing what you do and putting folks up on game. That's exactly what our charge is. Woo-hoo! Let's go, y'all. Y'all continue to bring it, man. Y'all get me so hyped. Like I love what I do because y'all just make this the greatest night of every week. I appreciate y'all so much. All right, coming up next. You good to go, sir? Let's see. Yeah. All right. Coming up next. Listen. Mother Nature is doing her work, y'all, out on the West Coast. And to all our family members who are on the West Coast, we pray and we send all of the good energy your way. This next gentleman, I like to call like the folk singer of our generation, continues to come through with such amazing music. He writes such incredible songs, and you're about to see why I say that. The one and only Bill Elkins is in the building. Come on, Bill. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. I'm glad that you're still standing and you can rock with us. Please, take it away, sir.
Thanks, Elemental. Hi, everybody. We're undergoing presently here in Southern California what is known as an atmospheric river. Now, I'm going to have to write a song about that sometime because I don't know of any song with that title. But anyway, it's really heavy. Anyway, I'm going to do a song for you, an original. I hope you like it. It's called The Best Years of My Youth, the Avant-Garde Coffee House. Hope you like it. I've done it before. Rustic. Oh, coffee house. Folk music, poetry, intellectual chat. My memories of the 60s, when folk singers and poets had their day. My refuge from Milwaukee's vapid south side. The avant-garde brought folk music into my life. Dylan Oaks, Cohen, Baez, and Seeger. I first heard their songs at the Guard. But folk singer and my friend Jane Doe enraptured me with her singing and her song. Big brown eyes and long brown hair. Her songs filled me with melody and desire. Poetic, tuneful, and hypnotic. She captured my imagination and my heart. The Guard moved me from rock to folk music, from electric to acoustic guitars. South side to east side, I'm a refugee from hell. The Guard was a safe haven for me. From ridiculous to sublime, my life it did go. Every day during the best years of my youth, donning long hair and bell-bottom blue jeans, as an aspiring folky scene. Crossing the viaduct to Wisconsin Avenue, I took the Sherman down across to the Guard. As an alienated Southside teen, I first sang at the Guard one cold Wisconsin night. Exhilarated and redeemed, my song for Jane Doe she never heard. Alas, my dear friend was not there. I later learned she died from a drug overdose. Numb with sorrow and anger, I put down my guitar, transfixed and confused. I retreated back to the south side, back to my dysfunctional world. But my disillusion was quite short-lived, as I soon grabbed my guitar and played Jane's song. I wrote another song as her requiem, thanking Jane for believing in me, entitled Ode to My Jane Doe. I bade a final farewell to my friend. South side to east side, I'm a refugee from hell. The guard was a safe haven for me. From ridiculous to sublime, my life it did go. Every day during the best years of my youth, donning long hair and bell-bottom blue jeans, I was aspiring folky, you see. Crossing the viaduct to Wisconsin Avenue, I took the Sherman Downer bus to the garden. Yeah. This song is my elegy to the 60s, when folk music captured the zeitgeist of that time. When this woman without name rescued me from my adolescent abyss. When the Marines drafted my best friend Bob, shipped him to Nam to kill the yellow man. I protested when Nixon came to town, and later wrote my first protest song. Yeah, the times were replete with change in every city across our land. Our age of innocence was trampled upon by the dark nature of man. But it was the best years of my youth, when we made ourselves heard throughout the world. It was the best years of my youth, when we made ourselves heard throughout the world. When we made ourselves heard throughout the world. Thank you, everybody.
Listen, I keep trying to tell y'all, this cat's like the folk singer of our generation. I promise you. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Bill Elkins.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
That really covered a lot of ground, Bill, all in one song.
I know. Some of mine do that. It's probably a fault of correct.
You got me focused with just the phrase "my adolescent abyss." Can I ask you what kind of guitar strings you use? They're not metal, are
I'm
they?
using my Rickenbacker 360 on this one. It's a
Okay.
12 string.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, they're
12
made here in
string.
California.
Did you say 12 string, sir?
Yeah, it's a 12-string Rickenbacker.
You see?
Electric.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you see what I'm saying? I told y'all, this dude is for real with it, right? Oh my goodness, that's a beautiful act, sir.
And I love the tone you
It's
get.
a wonderful guitar.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great. I had to use it just to get a little more oomph to it besides the acoustic. This one's acoustic, but it's really an electric acoustic. Good guitar.
You haven't heard somebody playing a 12-string guitar since I listened to Yes on And You and I.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yes was very good with the 12 string. Yeah.
Wow. You
Played
see what I'm
that
saying?
too.
You see what happens? You see what happens, y'all? You see what happens? This is why I love this community, right? Because one thing turns into 5,000 things. Just the inspiration of one line of a poem turns into an entire conversation. And I love that, right? Because as artists, we take so much care in each line that we write, especially when you're singing. And the notes, like, listen, that's one of the hardest things in the world to do. Shout out Joski, shout out Bill Elkins, shout out Catman Bill, shout out CCR Chagra. To play an instrument, shout out Baba and Goma, and sing at the same time or perform at the same time. Shout out Propaganda Poet, the only cat that I know to play drums and do poetry at the same time. There's something about that, sir, right? And I love how you said this is your elegy to the 60s, right? The best years of my youth. It's another line that just rings with me. I love this song, first of all. You said, I'm a refugee from hell. From ridiculous to sublime, my life did go. And if y'all are not familiar with bell-bottom jeans in that time, listen, bell-bottom jeans could have been an aphrodisiac by themselves. And then people had the nerve to put them on. I'm telling you, if you don't know, watch some videos about bell-bottoms in the 60s. They were pretty crazy. Back to My Dysfunctional World. Captured the zeitgeist of that time. Our age of innocence was trampled upon by the age of man. Listen, I love the songs you write. I love how you write your songs and the music accompaniment that you play along with them. All of you incredible artists just make me want to create a music compilation album because y'all are just phenomenal artists, phenomenal musicians. And the axe is pretty fly, sir. I'm just saying. Thank you, sir. Please stay safe. I know Mother Nature is doing her thing. Please stay safe, sir. Again, I continue to say that cat has one of the dopest, if not the dopest, background in the game. Appreciate you, sir. Please, again, stay safe. All right, listen, some folks couldn't make it, so we have 5 folks left on the guarantee list and 3 on the good luck round. Let's get it. Coming up next, again, I said, storytellers in the building. This next artist, author of Scapulti, author of The Bald Raven. Listen, this cat, who I like to call the Vincent Price of poetry, has works on the way, continues to write. Shout out to Queen Sheila. This cat's incredible. You're about to find out. The one and only Ike Waltz is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, Ike. Come on, take it away.
Yes, it's Thursday and I'm here. But we have the night before. It's great to be with you. Every time I stand on this stage, I feel just this little bit younger. So my advice, just keep me fucked up. Zigga zagga, hey, hey, hey. Tomorrow is a Valentine's Day. Zagga, zigga, and all that Viagra will not help. Mine just will not get any bigger. Zagga, those little testosterone pills don't make you a better lover. Zigga, only my ego gets bigger and bigger. Yes, my super ego is the trigger. Zigga zagga, hey. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. And like the cuckoo lays his eggs in somebody else's nest, I won't tell, as I only want to be the best. Zigga zagga, fireworks, bang, bang, you bugger. I crop my crutch, and I'm in love with you so damn yearning much. Zigga zagga, hey, tomorrow is Valentine's Day. I stole a horny red rose in a rush of adrenaline, my gift for my gorgeous Valentine. For those who can't pay the price, my advice, just kiss her saucy Edelweiss. I love it when you say dinner is ready. You see, I am ready. I am always hungry for my lady. Or maybe I am coming for dessert. All naked me. How hungry is a tiger in heat? Just whisper, kiss me, hug me, and you know what I mean. I will take the chance as I lead, and you may guide our most intimate dance into night. My heart is a volcano, my pants are too tight, my mouth tastes emotions like that smooth pussy I like. Zigga zagga, hooray, 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 stupid Cupid. I'm a dreamer, I'm a lover, I'm an immigrant undercover. Scent erupts, Mount Helen spoos, love bites and bits, tickle and truckle, lick that ooze of the divine smooth. After all, be ready, go steady, and don't forget to sharpen your bayonet. Don't forget that rosy Pepple's alphabet. Let's dance a duet played by your sexy cornet. And if you are a bloody nerd, remember my every word you just heard. But can I say, go fuck my poem. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. But what can you say? As true lovers' day lingers on, day after day, day after day. So wake up, love lingers on. Thank you.
More than your love is gonna linger on after that shit, Ike. Trust. Unmute yourself, give it up for Ike. Whoa!
That was terrific. Did you really say go? Did you really say keep my advice? Keep me fucked up. That's precious, man. I would only say that to very few people, and believe me, the payoff would be uncountable.
Oh my goodness, Ike. Oh my goodness, Ike. Like May said, right? I was today years old when I heard Ike say, "Go fuck my poem." He said that shit. He tomorrow's Valentine's Day. I get it. Yes, you're right, Dr. Z Page. I am too, right? Like he just golly. I don't know. Listen, between the songs that you were singing and now this. I don't know. I don't know what to do with you, Ike. For real. Like, so I call this Captain Vincent Price of poetry. You never know what's gonna come out of his throat. Right? Like, I'm always hungry for my lover. I love it when you say dinner is ready. What? You may guide our intimate dance like the smooth pussy I like. Come on, Ike! Tell him! Tell him about it. God, come on, man. Don't forget to sharpen your bayonet. Go fuck my poem. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. I can only imagine what the Queen Sheila is thinking right now. Like oh my goodness. Like it's never a dull moment in your poems. Like, and I thank you for that, for being dedicated to being so damn Ike. Oh man, that was fire, Ike. I appreciate that, man. That was on the coals for real. Damn it, Ike. Damn it, you gotta warn people when you do shit like that, Ike. Damn. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, this incredible gentleman has been coming through, and I'm telling you, every time you hear his work, he continues to get better. When he had his locks, he was dope. When he's sitting down, he's dope. Whether he's standing up or not, he's dope, man. For real. This cat just keeps getting better. The one and only Principe is in the building. Come on, Principe. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, man. Come on. Take it away.
Good evening. I'll be sharing three. I'll be sharing 4 poems. The first poem is called Cosmic Love. I see a light of an angel, the cosmic gates that tingle in her ocular are the pages in her book. My intuition forewarned me that there's more beyond the shell of a body. The inner wounds from past relationships that linger like ghosts in haunted houses. I am not her savior, but I offer my love. Melodic words that dance in her ears. This love was a blur at the beginning. There's no ending because we are so trained. I mean, there's no ending because we are so twins, made from cosmic fiber that dwell in us. Even after we're dust, our love has no respite. Our eyes twinkle in each other's eyes. After getting over the molehill, that was a fuss, those inner wounds. Just know this sacred love is not of serendipity, but cosmic planning. That's the first one. Now I'll read three more. Hysteria. Hysteria is on TVs. And eyebrows raised out of panic. Panic because they fear being deported from this land of theirs. Even terrorists got Americans' antennas pointed up. What will it cost? Our finances, budgeting, gas prices. The tide in this epoch will shift the currents of America's oceans. On my dismal days, there is heavy but invisible rain falling from my cornea. Like in the fall, leaves, my thoughts shift through my inner mind, swirling through these variety of thoughts are are a twist and turn, always pulling me into the house of what if scenarios. These thoughts in the nooks in my brain settle in their homes. What do you do? What do you do on your dismal? What do you do on your dad? What do you do on your down days? And the last one is called open field. I'm an open field. There are lilies and weeds, forever picking out the weeds that hold no place in my life. There are bad habits like impulsive spending, like watching porn. So I'd rather sit them ablaze and watch them disintegrate, no matter the pain. Also, in these open fields are hibernated potential level. Level of success as a writer. Again, in mother's womb, the potential is the becoming, growing outwardly, and soon it will be here, all in this open field. My soul. Thank you.
I told y'all, every time I hear this cat, he just gets better. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Principe.
Wow, Principe, you really ripped the sky of poetry wide open with those poems. You know, the house of what if scenarios. On my dismal days, there's a heavy but invisible rain. You delivered a lot of lessons to us tonight.
Facts. Facts. The only thing missing, sir, is you to be as confident as your poems. That's it. Your confidence is like it's on the stage and your poem is screaming and you're just like the spotlight. Like, we can see you. Yes, we can hear you. And we feel your work, sir. Right? Because when you say she's like, I'm not her favorite, but I offer my love. Are you kidding? Come on. That's how you do it, Principe. There are bad habits like impulsive spending or watching porn. Sure. That's almost ingrained into the American way, right? The potential is to become me. And that's the work. That is the work right there. Continue to write that. Truly appreciate you, Principe, for hanging on and staying dedicated to writing the work. Appreciate you, man. All right. We have 3 on the guarantee list and 3 on the good luck round. Coming up next. Yo, I love when this cat comes through. His work is so unique. I like to call this cat the Dragon of the West. And you're about to find out why. The one and only Keith Marr is in the building. Man, listen, I really, really enjoy when you come through, Keith. Really. Let these folks know where they can find you. It's always great to see you, sir. Please, take it away.
Thank you so much. Let me see here. Okay. Can you hear me? Yes? Okay. Okay, starting off, it's always a privilege, a thrill, and an honor to be here. This is such a special, welcoming place. Okay, so I just finished this. I don't normally do this, but I finished this at like 4:55 before we started. Okay, so it was down to the wire. I call this a day of remembrance. So for those of you that don't know, the Day of Remembrance commemorates the imprisonment of the Japanese Americans during World War II. It creates a space for public dialogue and reflection on government actions like this. It's held, there are events all across the nation on February 19th, a few days from now, the day in 1942 that Executive Order 9066 was signed by President FDR, requiring incarceration of all Americans of Japanese ancestry. This is really important because you can see the parallels with Trump's plans to create mass deportation and mass camps. We've been here before. This was inspired by Clint Smith, who wrote a letter to the 5 presidents who were slaveholders. Day of Remembrance, FDR, when you signed Executive Order 9066 in 1942, condemning 120,000 Japanese children, women, and men, mostly citizens, into concentration camps without any evidence or any charges ever filed against them, without due process that's guaranteed to all US citizens. Did it ever play on your conscience that you ignored 3 reports conducted by the FBI, by J. Edgar Hoover nonetheless, and the military, that found that the Japanese were loyal and law-abiding and posed no threat to our country? Did you think it was less of a crime because you called them relocation centers instead of concentration camps? Executive Order 9066 did not specify that the Japanese be imprisoned. Why weren't there camps for European descendants of other US enemies? Is it because you valued white bodies over yellow ones? Is it because you were on record before the war broke out that Asians could not be assimilated into American culture and could not be trusted, that the mingling of Asiatic blood with European American blood produces the most unfortunate results, as you said, that you stated that Japanese should be banned from ever owning land. They should not be allowed to be US citizens. Let's be clear, illegally imprisoning 120,000 mostly US citizens, causing them to lose their livelihoods, their homes, and their lands is violence. Storing human beings who have committed no crimes in horse stables in Santa Anita racetrack is violence. Condemning them to stigma and intergenerational shame and trauma is violence. Separating children from families is violence. The white supremacist belief that making human beings into slaves is violence. Taking indigenous lands is violence. And imprisoning human beings in concentration camps is violence. Thank you for listening.
And this is why I love when this cat comes through, because his perspective is so damn beautiful. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Keith Moore.
Man,
Thank you,
thank
Keith.
you for that.
Truly, words are
Thank
never
you.
spoken.
Thanks, Keith. That was just such a crucial testimony to have brought up, and there needs to be at least one day every month when this stuff gets put in people's faces.
Thank you, Paul.
I would absolutely agree. I'm gonna jump off of what Maddie said. Shout out Uncle Iroh, the Dragon of the West. Listen, I absolutely love that you bring up very difficult subjects like Executive Order 9066, because we can see some of that tyranny still existing in legislature that they're writing now, right? And some of the verbiage, some of that is just so sinister, but they think it's fine, right? Like you said, you valued white bodies before yellow ones. They were not allowed to be US citizens, right? Without any evidence. And that's another line. Listen, y'all been hitting me with these lines this evening. Separating children from families is violence. And that's just, man. I don't care what you want to call it, right? Internment, mass deportation, call it ICE, call it hell. It doesn't work. It does not work, and it never will. It is a day of remembrance, right? Like the Jedi Master said, like, we need constant reminders of these things, right? There's really only one Holocaust that America loves to bring up, but there have been a few more. There have definitely been a few more. Thanks to the Dragon of the West. We won't forget that one. Appreciate you. Appreciate you for doing what you do and sharing it with us. And being fearless enough to share that new shit with us. Thank you, sir. All right. Of course not, man. Are you kidding? Storm God's in the building. Listen, you know we're going to get that dude in the, you know you're going to get in the mix, man. Come on. All right. So the good luck round is officially full, right? Because the closer showed up too. Coming up next, listen, what this dude does, and this should give you a little bit of an idea. When someone shows up on a CD that's titled a symphony, you better believe it's got some work in it, right? This next incredible artist who has been rocking long before some of us got down. Um, our generation's Gilgamesh. Like, you just got to accept that because this is what this dude does. The Jedi Master is here. The one and only Paul Skiff is in the building. Come on, man. Let these folks know where they can find you. Before I let you rip, I want you to know how important your commentary is to your colleagues and how they look forward to hearing exactly what you have to say about them. Your insight is always great. It's always on point. I appreciate you so much, sir. Great to see you as always. Please take it away.
Oh, thanks. Well, you know, it just feels so good to be here. What comes out of my mouth is totally the fault of everybody who comes here. You have to take the blame for that. Keith Marr, you know, hard for me to step in after that. It's the reason why the New Eurekan Poets Cafe exists is for people to step up and speak out. So just really, really important to hear that voice. I'm just going to do two kind of shorter things, and I won't make the detailed announcement, but somebody here asked me to contribute something to a book. I guess it's last I heard it's supposed to come out in the summer sometime. It has this idea or something working with the number 13. So I'm going to do these two short things about that. This doesn't have a title. Like that Hulk who weight lifts stolen bus tires in the park, I would want to have the number 13 tattooed over my mouth if I were human. Boo Boo, the pit bull, in a fantasy of swagger, ruminated aspirationally to himself. And let me get the next offering up here. Where'd you go? These are photospheres from 13. As natal innocence, I lived inside the number 13, a never told personal secret. Belief is 13's coronary muscle, rusted uncertainty, the unsettling number's favorite color. While living inside 13, I learned happening by influence of chance. I was taught to place very high value on not knowing. 13, I will make small talk with, but do not want to regard as friend. 13 wears a t-shirt that says the word start is tattooed on Payne's thumb. 13 sells godsicles from a booth in front of the gun store. 13's roommate is antipathy. Cheating itself into creation, 13 posed as a plus sign, where 6 and 7 got hustled into more. That was Mischief, who left a paper bag full of fresh, steaming hot 13 on your door stoop and then lit it on fire and ran away. 13 is the minus sign 1 stabbed 14 with and never got caught. The 1 of coincidence was placed next to threats misfortune, where anxious 3 left unknowability scattered on for sure. 13, the cold updraft going up your pants leg. 13, the lost door key. On the inside of 13, luck burns down contentment's parking meter. You cannot see 13's flames, but you know they do burn. The I could not care less of 13 is fine, with its dark reputation being celebrated as superstition. 15, 14, 13, pristine, between, completely clean. What does it mean? Suspicious number that is something other. Number with troubling influence whose devious power is undomesticated. Alas, with extra unlearning that disposes subordination, you are benign like all numbers with no human behind them. 13, 12, 11, then fine, great heaven, fix, fine, poor tree whose son. 13, 12, 11, then fine, great heaven, fix, find, for, tree whose son. 13, 12, 11, then find, great heaven, fix, find, poor tree whose son. Living inside 13, I learned to trust myself and know good things are on the way. Fertility, the lunar cycles, and prosperity flourish to emanate as gifts from 13's moral sway. 13 minus 14 cannot be seen. Negative dream. What would it mean? More than everything subtracted now, taken away totally. Remove the 13th dollar of belief from hesitation's pocket, leaving 12 safe, confident choices. Then slip it between the sun visor and car ceiling. After that, the road will not appear so perilous. 13 minus 13 is 13, and there is nothing you can do about it.
There is nothing you can do about it. Come on, unmute yourself. Give it up for Paul Skill.
I love that, Paul.
Wow.
Right.
Now I'm triskaidekaphobic.
Thanks for expanding my vocabulary, Queso.
Oh, listen. Dr. Z Page beat me to it on that. But let me tell you, that 13 book, that Vincent Price is putting together is gonna be bananas. That's 3 poets I know now that have said that they are gonna be a part of 13. Listen, I have no idea who are the other 11. But if it has anything to do with Oceans 11 or 12 or 13, it's gonna be bananas. I promise you. Damn it, Jedi Master. I don't know if you're coming from like a galaxy far, far away, or you landed on Tatooine, or you just somewhere in between. You're ridiculous with it, sir. You even said I lived inside the number 13. 13's roommate is Antipathy. 13 posed as a plus sign where 6 and 7 got hustled into more. Where they left a steaming hot 13 at your doorstep, then lit it on fire. Stabbed 14 and never got caught. Man, a suspicious number that is something other, undomesticated. You are benign, like all numbers without humans behind them. What? Remove the 13th dollar of belief. "13 minus 13 is 13, and there's nothing you can do about it." Like, if that's not the damn Paul Skiff line, like, I just don't know. I appreciate you so much, Jedi Master, for just doing what you do and rocking with us the way that you do. Make sure you reach out to the Jedi Master and get your hands on this. This is a listening experience that you need in your life. Appreciate you, Jedi Master, truly. All right. We had someone who came in who was on the guaranteed list, so we will make sure we make room for them. Coming up next, Storm Lake in the building. This cat right here. Yo, I've been rocking with this cat for a while. And let me tell you, I saw this cat, been rocking with him ever since we've been on this Zoom when he was in his dorm room. And the last time I saw Maddie, he was on stage, killing it at the Bowery. And he got the silver medal. Right? But he was cooking, even with a tablet in his hand. Maddie was cooking, y'all. And I'm telling you, tonight's gonna be no different. All the way from Storm Lake, the one and only Matthew Model Keen in the building, aka Matty Ice is here. Let these folks know where they can find you, Maddie. It's been too damn long, sir, but I've been looking forward to this shit. Come on, man. Take it away.
Yeah, shout out to anyone who remembers the term pandemic poets. And that whole group. Yeah, I remember these back in 2020 when we were out here on the New Yo rocking it before it got really full, and then it got very, very full after 2021, and you couldn't get a spot unless you registered within like the first like 10 seconds. 2021 was a wild year for New Yo guys. Online. You can find me on everywhere at @via_Moto King. I'll put it in the chat here in a second. I'm also holding a discussion. So these topics we're talking about, society discussion, like I just want to create a safe space for people to just speak. This first one's gonna be virtual. So I'm gonna have that registration there too. I'm inviting like I have like 3 or 4 mental health professionals who are gonna be there, and it's like facilitated, really curated to really just kind of explore the world of what we're living through right now. Anyways, I haven't done online in a minute. So I'm gonna put this phone over here for safety. I'm trying to do this one memorized. I'm trying to do it by Saturday, fully memorized, because I almost had it Tuesday, but I didn't get it. Forgot a part. So we're gonna try. And I wrote this like 2 weeks ago, so kind of new shit. I'm not sure if you heard, but this country is freezing. Every other story is about where the ice is. Every other post is somewhere. I know someone who doesn't want to be picked up. I mean, frozen in the ice raids. I mean, storm. Just the other day in Newark, some guy was frozen so solid that his own veteran status was questioned. And if these actions are enacted, people born like me won't even be considered citizens. And although my parents worked hard to get these cards, what if they turned away Latina refugees? What if my dad had been in the wrong place at the wrong time before he got those papers certified? Because you see, I got family telling me they're worried about their parents, and I got family telling me they're worried about themselves because ice be freezing over workplaces, but my people gotta work to eat. And my people gotta work so you can eat. Cryogenic conditions, cutting your meats, picking your berries with the frostbiting hands, cooking your food, cleaning your houses, all just for you to ice them out. That's real cold of you, America. And there's nothing I can do except inform and educate and inform and worry about my people and worry about my friends and worry about my family because those storm clouds will be getting closer and closer to the ones I love. And there's nothing I can do. And they could be picked up while I'm spitting this poem and I wouldn't even know. Like, some of my friends don't even know the place they were born. Some of them came here to escape a war, and others came to pave the way for better lives after your country fucked up their country. And you want to call them criminal? Saying that you should have came here illegally after purposely keeping your system broken, like we don't live under the same moon, like it's not my fault the instructions were not included. And you know what? I hope your heart stops from hypothermia. I hope your name is lost to history. Like so many of my Brownsky primos and primas that didn't survive the crossing. Like so many who've been kidnapped, but police can't know they exist. Like so many who've been killed, but they can't get retribution. And you see, I'm tired of shivering every time a president decides he doesn't want what's behind the line in the dirt when he's the one who soiled the other side. And you know what? I'd rather have my water lukewarm at this point than have ice in it. Like, I want to write a poem so hot that it melts all the ice outside. Like, stay out of my schools and stay out of my work and stay out of my hospitals and stay out of my church because these prayers be heavier than the bottom 2/3 of an iceberg. And I'm tired of my friends posting telling me where they're at. And I'm tired of my friends posting telling me what to do if they pull up. And I'm tired of being tired because just like you, it's unwarranted. And you know what? Let's just build a bigger fence around the White House to keep them away. Actually, let's make it a wall. Actually, let's just change who's in charge. Actually, let's just change the whole system. Let's go out there steaming. Let's go out there with that Latino type heat. Let's go out there and burn the whole thing down. Let's go out there and melt the very ground we step on because I am tired of waiting for this weather to pass. Hey, from memory, that's pretty good. Thank you.
Let's go! Damn it, Maddie, come on! Unmute yourself, give it up for Matthew Model Key!
Storm like storming.
Yes.
And
I
that was
love
great.
That
That was great.
Latino heat.
Oh, brother.
Yeah.
You brought the ice and the heat.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm tired of being tired. You gotta use that rasp in your voice more, Maddie.
You know, I can get there, but it just
Oh, you
feels
got there.
gutturally.
You got there. And I want to commend you for, you've got kicking these poems with such a declamatory force really down. I don't know how you've mastered it doing on Zoom, but you are one of these people who can speak using the whole room you're in, and that really makes your poem sonically very forceful. It's a difficult thing to do on this really dried up, cramped down, and shrunken technology, but you got there. You should give some lessons on how to do that.
You see, it's called being born Gen Z. Unlike some of y'all, my first thing that I had a screen.
There you go.
Call outs, but also love y'all. it really is, I think, just because I'm used to like FaceTime and like video calling since I was little. So it's just like, oh yeah, this is normal to talk here. I think that could be a part of it, but also like I was online a lot and I'm also remote for my job. So
Oh,
most days. So like I'm
yeah.
always behind the screen. So
Yeah, you were
you
born
don't see
on
me
the
here.
but yeah, you were born on the bicycle, so you know how to ride it.
I like that. I like that.
Consider it stolen, right?
Consider it stolen.
Listen, y'all. Listen. I've known this cat for some years. As he said, shout out to Pandemic Poets. This cat, again, when Maddie and I first crossed paths in his dorm room, he was like, I don't really know, like still in this acting kind of thing. And when I saw him on stage and now hearing his work, I can see all the people, I can hear all the people that has influenced you, Maddie. All of them. All the work, all the open mics that you've gone to, all the slams that you've gone to. Man, like you are not fucking around anymore, Maddie. Like not at all. When I saw you on stage, I'm like, oh Maddie is he's evolved, right? He's no longer Charmander, right? Like he is gone beyond. You're ridiculous, sir. Really. And then the fact when you start coming into something that means something to you, right? This country is freezing. Like just that, right? Frozen so solid, even his veteran status was questioned. Ugh. Right? He said, my people gotta work to eat. My people gotta work for you to eat. What? Whoa! The storm clouds keep getting closer and closer, man. Right? After your country fucked up their country, right? It's not my fault instructions weren't included. I'd rather have my water lukewarm instead of having ice in it. Are you kidding, Maddie? Like, come on. Let's just build a bigger fence around the White House. And that Latino type heat, I don't know if y'all caught that. The rest of the fans in the world definitely got that. But that was just work, Maddie. That's just work. And listen, you said you haven't, done this in a while. Like Jedi Master said, like you were born on a bike because you just ride, homie. Like it's nothing to you, man. That was work. That was work. Appreciate you, Maddie. It's been a while since you come through, but that's how you do. You come through, you set it off, you set it on fire. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. Really. God damn, Maddie. That shit. Yeah. Yeah, man. All right. Last one on the guaranteed list. Coming up next, we told this artist don't be a damn stranger because of the work that they put in. And they clearly got the message and found their way back here this week. The one and only AC Cluley is in the building. Come on. Let these folks know where they can find you. Actually, I mentioned last week, right? Because AC is also a doctor. And I mentioned like, we just kind of lost a doctor, so there's a space. But guess what? The doctor I was mentioning or referring to is Dr. Z Page. So, Dr. Z Page, meet AC Cluley. Come on, AC. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you. Please, take it away.
I'm not a doctor. I don't know where you got that. I'm a therapist. So I have my master's degree, but I'm not a doctor. I wish maybe you're speaking it into existence because I've thought about it. Yeah. Thank you. You can find me on Instagram at Empowered Compositions. And then I also have a book out as well. It's called Formidable Shadows, A Foster Youth Journey, because I was in the foster care system. And yeah, so I have 2 poems today. They're short, and hopefully they're relevant. How to feed a narcissist. Bake your insecurities into homemade bread. Your worries into the finest fruit pie. Shower narcissist in confetti and glitter. Everywhere they walk is grand entry, red carpet. Give compliments like candy. Beg them to stay over and over. Show them your vulnerabilities. Let them get close. Cry when they touch you. Apologize even when it was their fault lines that were trembling. Become the moon and name them Earth. Allow your moon to revolve around them constantly. Place them in the middle of your dining room table. They are the centerpiece for every occasion. Be the tree that exhales their oxygen to breathe. Let them cut you down and turn you into a step stool. Lift them above your branches. Give all of your warmth until your heart gets so cold they need to throw the step stool into the fire to keep warm. And you become thick smoke, so thick that they can't breathe you anymore, and they suffocate. And then the next one is called Rooted Canal. Ellos te robarán los dientes si los dejas, mi abuelita. They'll rob your teeth if you let them. They being the dentist, the doctor, the pharmacist, the insurance company, collection agents, the ones with good intentions. The saviors, they being the system, the patriots, the woke, the capitalists, los güeros. Them we do not trust, them we do not let in. We stand only by kin. We stand only by kin who stand by us. No matter how hard the hustle, we stay together. We build together. We survive together. We thrive together. If we divide, we are extracted, tooth by tooth. Cada diente become tombstone until we're empty. They are the reason cadavers don't get cavities. They'll rob your teeth if you let them. And that's my last one.
Did you say why cadavers don't get cavities?
Yeah.
God damn. Unmute yourself. Give it up for AC Cooler.
Bravo.
They're unreal.
What?
Real word, kid.
Bravo.
Real.
What?
The second
Hey,
one is
thanks
fire.
for coming back this week, AC.
Huh?
It warms me up to hear that Western Michigan voice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Huh? I'm not over the first one or the second.
Right. Like this is why we told her, like, yo, you got to come back putting in that type of work. Right? She said, become the moon, call them earth. Be the tree that exhales their oxygen to breathe. And listen, just the title itself. How to feed a narcissist? Get out of here. Right? In the second poem, she mentioned Los Güeros. Listen, I love it. They'll rob your teeth if you let them. Yes. They'll take your tongue. They'll take your words. They'll take your tonsils. They'll take everything from you and leave you nothing. Appreciate you for doing what you do. Yeah, I'm gonna speak that doctor into existence. You're only a hop, skip, and a jump away from it. But you help people as a therapist. You help people, and that's important. Appreciate you for what you do. Make sure you find your way back here every week. All right. We have reached the good luck round, folks. And listen, we got some shit. We got some heavyweights coming. Miss Good Luck Round is here. Storm God is here. The Dismantle Machine Gun is here. Mr. Snap into a Slam Jam is here. Let's get it. Coming up first, we have a new voice coming through. I see this cat was rocking with us last week, and he's come through this week. He's been rocking with us all evening. Listen, brother, I am not going to attempt to butcher your name. So, as you come to the stage, a couple things. One, welcome to the greatest community in the world. Two, without giving us your address, where in the world are you plugging in from this evening? And three, please pronounce your name for me so I don't butcher it.
The name is Nashawn Ray Swanston. I'm calling in from the Upper West Side of Manhattan. I'm originally from the South Side, Queens, though.
Queens in the building, Manhattan in the house. Let's go. Listen, welcome to Sean Ray. Listen, you see how it's been going all evening. You are now a member of the greatest community in the world. We'll do the whole pop the cherry thing after the fact. Let these folks know where they can find you. Welcome, man. Please take it away.
Yeah, I can be found on Instagram under I am that damnation. I can also be found on the gram under Nashawn the Don. I can be found on Facebook as Nashawn Ray Swanston. I'm sharing a song tonight. Feeling since it's the Valentine's week, Valentine's stuff, keep it in line with that fashion of love, okay? So here we go, it's a song. Oh. What's it doing? Circle. Okay, try this again. Here it goes. It's an overload. Okay, hold on a second. We'll say love hurts. Have feelings trapped in reverse. Then we'll say love hurts. Awful into feeling the worst. Then we'll say love hurts. I try to turn the blessing into curse. Then we'll say love hurts. Just think of their feelings first. Feels like I've known you a long time. Still, I'm always yours if you be mine. I know I pity, I drove you towards us. Don't respond like most mankind. I know I love you all the time. Moments inactive with death dumb and blind. I wanted you just as you wanted. I don't give up on me, give love a try. Then we'll say love hurts. Have feelings trapped in reverse. Then we'll say love hurts. I fooled into feeling the worst. Then we'll say love hurts. Try to turn a blessing into a curse. Then we'll say love hurts. Just think of their feelings first. I know we've been harassed, hurt by our past. Maybe my love has been fast, it ever lasts. You only receive my love first class when together on the time we match. Lord knows I'm lost without you, I've tried. So sorry when I made you cry. The only tears that should walk from my eyes should be overjoyed. Love of you and I. So then we'll say love hurts. Have feelings trapped in reverse. Then we'll say love hurts. I fooled into feeling the worst. Then we'll say love hurts. Try to turn a blessing into a curse. Then we'll say love hurts. Just think of their feelings first. Girl, let's just be reasonable. Just testing my love to be true to you. Girl, so sorry what I put you through. Just want to be everything to you. Yes, I leave it up to you. Shooting my shot, my heart's for you. My love is slow, this is true. Love no I feel hurt unless you want it to. Then we'll say, love hurts. And feelings trapped in reverse. Then we'll say, love hurts. I fooled into feeling the worst. Then we'll say, love hurts. I'm trying to bring the blessing into curse. Then we'll say, love hurts. Just think of their feelings first. Then we'll say, love hurts. Have feelings trapped in reverse. Then we'll say, love hurts. I fooled into feeling the worst. Then we'll say, love hurts. Try to turn a blessing into curse. Then will say love hurts. Just think of their feelings first.
So you just gonna come through and just do it like that, huh? You just gonna come through and just sing a whole love song like that? Is that what we doing now? Is that how you gonna do? Cool. Unmute yourself. Give it up for the Sean Ray Swanstein.
I love that song.
That's an earworm.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, wonderful message. And, this is a place to bring that message. We need that message. I hope you keep coming back. Really love the flow. And you have a wonderful timbre in your voice, too. It's just a pleasure to experience that, Nashon.
Yeah, for sure. And I have such respect for bringing it and singing it because like last week I did and I was so nervous to just kind of like show up and sing and you nailed it. It sounded great. We're all really happy you're here. Really good job.
We need more stuff like that. More positive, beautiful stuff.
Yeah, positive things. Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Plenty of the other stuff out there. We need more of this.
Fair. Mm-hmm.
Sorry that it kept doing system overload and I had to kept reloading it.
Of course you overload the system with all that love and all that energy and all of that positivity. Of course you're going to overload the system. Listen, man, let me be the first to officially tell you that you have fucked up, okay? Because now you have to be here every Thursday, right? Because you just can't come with one love song and expect people to not want more. Feel me? Like, I hope you got a whole plethora of those. I hope you got a catalog of those. If not, whatever you got, we're here for it, right? Again, welcome to the greatest community in the world. Pop the cherry, baby. Pop the cherry, baby. One of us, all the chance. Listen, sir. When you come through like that, and as your colleagues just told you, right? Folks don't always come through with that. I will get to you, Miss Good Luck Round. Mrs. Good Luck Round, I'll get to you about your song in a minute. But the way and the message that you brought in your song, right? Love hurts indeed, right? Just think of their feelings first, right? Feelings trapped in reverse, right? Trying to turn blessing into curse, right? Pulled into feeling the worst. Just want to be everything to you. Listen, man. Y'all make it hard on the poet, man. For real. Like, what are you supposed to tell your significant other when they hear like that? Right? Like, and then you have the nerve to be singing with it. You have the nerve to have a voice with it. As the Jedi Master said, you have a timbre all your own. Keep coming through, man. Welcome. Nashon and Don in the building. Appreciate you, man. Truly. Woo! It's been a hot one, y'all. Let's keep it going. Coming up next, I just mentioned, again, Mrs. Goodluck Brown in the building, who came through last week and sung not one, but 2 songs in Spanish. Like, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and come off like a I don't even know, man, like a Celia Cruz type. Like, I don't know. She just came through and just did this. And not even Celia, right? 'Cause Celia was more hype. She came through with like these love songs. Listen. I don't know what she has for this evening, if she's on the path or not, or if she's sharing from one of her books. This artist is amazing. The one and only Elizabeth Horan is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, man. Please take it away.
Thank you very much. Well, I loved that last song. I mean, like I'm saying, it takes balls to sing. It took me finding my balls to sing. Gross, but true. Welcome welcome. I love seeing new people here. It's fantastic. And what a night, what a night, what a stacked GLR. I'm starting to feel like the GLR is the place to be. Maybe that's me. Maybe I've been doing that, right? Anyway, I'm going to read you one from Alcoholic Betty, and then I'm going to sing you one from Bonnie Raitt, just like boom, boom, right? CC's not here. Sad, but that's the way it goes sometimes. All right. This poem is called I Can't Be. I can't be the good woman. I am so overly broken, double over in pain, stinking of beer, rotten of cigarettes, just vomited out the car door. But I'm coming back for one more. Sure, I'll have another beer. Make sure there is another. There has to be another. I'll have one half. I drink. I don't care. Anything. A shot of vodka. Give me that half smoked cigarette. Fuck it. I'll smoke it. Did you find me a beer yet? I'll dance like a slut. We'll share your bottle of tequila. And then later on at 5 a.m., pass out for a minute. Later on at 6 a.m., vomit my guts out. Later at 7 a.m., call in sick to work. Later at 8 a.m., drive home still drunk. Later at 9 a.m., hate myself so violently for kissing you, I'll want to rip my own lips off. And this song is called Guilty. Yes, baby, I've been drinking. Shouldn't come by, no, no. As I found myself in trouble, darling. And I had no place else to go. Nice and easy, Allie, nice and easy. I got some whiskey from the barman. I got some cocaine from a friend. And I keep on moving, baby, till I was back in your arms again. Well, I'm guilty. Honey, I'm guilty. And I'll be guilty for the rest of my life. How come I never do what I'm supposed to do? Nothing I try to do ever turns out right. You know how it is with me, baby. You know I just can't stand myself. It takes a whole lot of medicine, darling, for me to pretend that I'm somebody else. Thank you.
That line. It takes a whole lot of medicine for me to be somebody else. God! Unmute yourself. Give it up for Elizabeth Horrid.
Well, you didn't make
Pullman
it any
lullaby.
easier to resist all those vices, but I really want to thank you for filling this place up with those emotions. Really.
You betcha.
You bursted this place open with that.
Well, you know, it's only natural I would introduce the last four with that, right? They can just bring it now.
And such beautiful tones coming from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Garland.
Well, you know, sometimes you just got to hang out in a situation for long enough till you figure out what the deal is. And then it's fine to just be
I
you
know, right?
more and more and more, right?
Yeah. I think what I've learned over the last, I don't know how long I've been coming now, but I used to spend a lot of time worrying about what I thought you guys would like want to hear and what would work, what would hit. And then over even just the last month or two, I've been like, you know what? Just read what you want to do. Like read what you like
That's
and
the
don't worry
ticket.
about it. And that changed the way I
That's
bring my
freedom.
energy.
That's
Yeah,
That's
but
the
I would
freedom.
ticket.
encourage you not to get too self-conscious because questioning, you know, what you want to contribute is a
Right.
great exercise, you know? You just want to make sure this thing shapes up more and more and more and more and keeps
I
going
know.
forward. Everybody wants to do that, so it's just natural.
Yeah. Finding the confidence is challenging. It definitely is. It really is. But you guys make it easy, honestly. So I
Well,
keep coming back.
Right
Take
on the
that
back.
praise.
right. You may
Right on
call
the
it
back.
confidence. You may call it confidence. I call it fearlessness. And you have exhibited that with every poem that you've shared. Again, whether you're on the path or you're reading your own work or you're singing songs now. And it seems that your fearlessness is growing, right? Because like you said, oh, I'm not really sure, and I'm not really sure what they want to hear. Don't worry about what we do. Don't worry about what these ears do. What we want to hear is what's in here, right? The true essence of who you are. If you're confident, if you're comfortable, if you're fearless enough to speak that, we are here for it. I told you, that's the work, right? We are not here for, happy-go-lucky poems, right? We're not here for, oh, the rainbow has a pot of gold at the end. Good job. Great. We're here for the work, right? like I tell my folks, I done told the team today, right? When you come into this space, in a lot of spaces in poetry, you got to know that the door says, in whatever language that you may read, there will be blood. Right? As I say at the top of the show, this is a living, breathing trigger warning, folks. It really is. And that is the work. I can't be, right? Like, you said, I'll dance like a slut, will share your bottle of tequila. I hate myself so violently. Damn it. Like that line right there, it just speaks to my own brain. Like, yeah, I like that. I do hate myself violently. That's just beautiful. It really is. It's just, and then the effervescence that you add to your singing, like that just takes your fearlessness to another level. Thank you for doing that and sharing it with us. We truly, truly appreciate you. So yeah, she said, introduce these next four. Like, yo, for the folks who don't know, this is kind of a gauntlet coming. So prepare yourself. Batten down the hatches. Make sure your shit's strapped on tight. The roller coaster is taking off. Coming up next, 1/4 of the Boondock Saints, Mr. Dismantled Machine Gun himself. The razor blade that razor blades shave with. Shout out all the vets in the building. Marine Corps, Maze. This dude, I like to say, is the future poet laureate of Earth. You can find this dude writing poems that suicide line pages into embers because he just does the damn thing. The one and only CP Maze is in the building. Let these folks know what it is, man. You know what it is, folks. Come on, man. Take it away.
Hey, everybody. That guy they call CP Maze. Tonight's been crazy. Like I've been in the backdrop because so much been happening, so I haven't been able to chime in. From Ike's iconic, epic poem that I will always remember, to like me switching Max and coming in, and I'm hearing about us building a wall around the White House, like, and then the cocaine and whiskey. Like it's been a crazy night. So I just want to add to it. I have a poem. It's called Pyro. If you ask them why pyrotechnics, they'll tell you we all start fires, right? And we walk away from them. And we return pissed, even angry, because we destroy what we once cherished. I'm sorry. It's not an apology. It's a fact that I wear with my divorce papers. I'm no carpenter's son. But I keep placing women on pedestals that I've built for them that are too fragile to hold their own weight. There are mirrors in the eyes of all of my lovers. I thought that's why I never saw them, but now I see it's why they never saw me. Dear diary, I got a habit for building beautiful relationships. Dear lover, at the first sign of a cold shoulder, I will burn what we've built the fuck down. Dear God, teach me better ways to keep my heart warm, cause any given week I drink more than I eat. I never met a liquor I didn't love. Never met a loved one that can hold me the same way you hold on to your insecurities. I never met an insecure woman that I didn't find beautiful, and I don't know if that means that I'm beautifully broken or if it's just that my heart is beautifully broken. My first love published so much pain behind these eyes that every woman after her with a high school education could read it. And don't get me wrong, y'all, I don't carry baggage into relationships. I carry check cards with insufficient funds, so I don't have to pay deposits on another motherfucker's skeletons in closets or withdrawal fees when love leaves and runs. Dear diary, I was a hopeless romantic. Now I'm just turning tricks. Dear lover, expect me to wear a poker face the moment I can sense a motherfucker's playing games. Dear God, the cruelest words in the English language have two L's in them. Like lonely, like loveless, like follow. Dear MapQuest, teach me to start following your heart, cause I'm tired of following mine and getting lost. Dear Hamlet, frailty, thy name is not woman. Frailty, I confess. I'm tired of being involved in situations that leave me loveless. Dear Darwin, I fear the future to come. Fear evolution won't hold me. God damn it, I fear being lonely. Dear Rock Bottom, I want to say thank you for everything you fucking taught me. Dear Rehab, I don't have a problem with my addiction for love, y'all. The only problem that I have is that I hang around junkies with fucking commitment issues. Dear Saint Nick, whatever happened to the woman with the $1 million brain, golden heart, no gag reflex, and $1 million clit? Ooh, dear Bright Eyes, yeah, I've made love, and hell yeah, I've been, but I love love, so what? Happy Valentine's Day. Poem.
1/4 of the Boondock Saints, and this dude is fucking ridiculous. Unmute yourself. Give it up for CP, man.
Oh, shit. And I didn't forget the poem. Like, that's a pretty old poem. So yeah, word.
Right on, CP. Right on.
Crazy. CP, I mean, you had us all from hello. Like,
Right?
but I
CP
mean,
stands for crazy ass performance.
Maybe.
So
Every
much.
time.
It's like
Every
it's the
time.
words, but then it's your delivery, and I mean, you know how much I respect you, and everyone was just kind of blown away everything you were doing. But it just reminds me every time, like, girl, get some fucking delivery.
Oh no, like the crazy part is, I don't like the way I can't watch myself. Like I don't sound like how I sound in my head. Like, you know?
Well, that's okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
But
And then B though, it's like I feel like the awkward kid I'm in a community of other awkward motherfuckers, and we
all
just
right.
embrace
All
each
right.
other's awkward turtle. Like we just
So
embrace
it's like
each other's
awkward turtle
awkwardness.
love between
Yeah.
us, Yes. Good.
But I wanted to say this before I started anyways. I've made a history off of choosing only poems I felt like I wanted to do in very big slams. Not doing them for a crowd, but doing the ones that your heart says, hey, today I think this is the fucking poem that I need to hear myself spit. Chow Ike, that I need to hear myself spit. Like listen to that inner Elizabeth. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
not
no,
it's
for
not gonna
sure.
do you wrong. Yeah. Thank y'all. Yeah, thank y'all.
Yeah.
One thing to say.
I just see everybody's face right now. Like I saw Matty Ice, I saw Fuego, like even though Shuyo Yin jumped in, like even the Sean the Don was in here, like what the f is going on? What is happening? Jedi Master, please.
Hey. Sorry, you got me off guard. I wanted to say everybody in this little room where I'm sitting right now, was called to their feet. So
Word. Thank
Yeah.
you.
As I like to say sometimes, let the church say, God damn, this dude's ridiculous with it, man. Listen, when you said pyro, you know what I was thinking, Maze. I was thinking about those damn boats. And I thought you were gonna go to the boats, right? I thought you were gonna go to the boats. Listen, I've said this for years, man. This is the weirdo corner, right? Where all those years folks were just like, oh, I sit alone in my weirdo corner. No, we expanded that. Like Matty Ice said, right? Pandemic poets. We expanded the weirdo corner. It may be our weirdo corner of the earth at this point. Your fervency, your dedication, and your borderline savant avant-garde style of poetry, it cracks craniums. It does. Like you allow people to like open their brain and like want to taste it. Like, did he really say that? I'm now Carpenter's son. For the fact that you said Dear Diary, I can't remember the last time I heard someone say Dear Diary. I never met a liquor I didn't love. Never met an insecure woman that wasn't beautiful. Withdrawal fees when love leaves and runs. Tired of following mine and getting lost. Evolution won't hold me. And listen, there is only one Maze, right? And we all tend to get lost in the labyrinth of his brain. But it's kind of like the Overlook Hotel, man. You know what I mean? Like, all work and no play makes Maze just fucking ridiculous. Appreciate you, man. Boondock Saints in the building. This dude's crazy with it, right? Be on the lookout for what Maze does, man. Mr. Dismantle Machine Gun himself. All right. Coming up next. And listen, I know. Storm God's in the building. Some folks may have a tad bit of intimidation after following Maze. Well, let me tell you, this cat coming up really set the bar even for me. When I was just coming in the building, this cat This cat taught me how to take it up a notch. And even now, to this day, I promise you, if he sets it on the motherfucking left, I'ma set it on the motherfucking right. The one and only Paul Conqueso in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, brother. Come on, man. Take it away.
Y'all can find me at the @ because that's where I'll be at. If he sets it on the left, then I'm gonna set it on the right, etc. Till it's backwards. Storm God's in the motherfucking building. So I felt called to write this piece after I heard a song from Macklemore the other day that was speaking on world events and shit. And he touched upon the cobalt mines, and I've been trying to mine that cause myself. So I wrote this piece the other day, and I want to see how it reads in a room full of folks I admire. This piece is called To Rest. I mean, we spend all day scrolling away on our smartphones. But do y'all even know these stupid ass batteries that power our devices come from the Congo? It's not divisive, it's a fact. They got them in a vice grip, forcing children into slavery, making them dig until their fingers bleed, till arms fall off. All the mine cobalt they convert into lithium. It's a costly cost, but hey, at least we still got TikTok. And as much as I want to endlessly, mindlessly doom scroll to escape the hellscape that is reality these days, the reality stands that if you look close enough into your phone, you can almost see the mud on their hands. But is there not blood on our hands? It stands to be seen there's a crisis here. Not just one of conscience, but an honest-to-God humanitarian one. Just like we still have ongoing in Palestine, because see, despite the ceasefire, they never ceased firing. They just chose to do their ethnic cleansing more silently. And the media stopped covering hand over the mouth of a generation facing the realization they may not have an earth to call home soon. But shit, we got smart cars, smart homes, and smartphones. Does it really matter how utterly dumb we are or fucked we are once we reckon we can't breathe cobalt, oil, or Bitcoin? Well, no matter how much you mine it, do you mind if we sell the air back to you at 2,002% interest? Is having to plead for clean water not Mad Max enough for you? Don't you see how metal we are? Heavy metals in our intestines and chrome sprayed in our grills just to prove we'd kill for our gods of industry. Maybe it's time to revolt against the voltage, hit the kill switch on these oligarchs. So tell Elon no, we will never hail him king of anything sick as fuck of hideous cyber trucks. Like someone took a chrome dump on a Hummer, but we came to crack the black mirror fallacy and peel back the shards to peek at the screens of reality. It's sad to see how many heads buried in screens while teens get buried, but we came to uncover the gory truth. No allegory, so educate up and spread their story. Bring more aid, more awareness until liberation comes. All of us free as the pulse the Congo River thumping like a conga drum circle. This that beating in our chest. I say put that shit to rest. It's that beating in our chest. I say put that shit to rest. And it's that beating in our chest. I say put that shit to rest. Kids digging in caves, they turn mass graves. I've seen images of children, limbs missing, faces beaten from this assault and battery, but still they fight until a smile creeps in, resolute and resilient. That's just black brilliance, because they continue to resist and paint joy upon their faces even when facing the villainous. We don't need more EVs or screens. Turn them TVs off. We need to grassroots gather and band together like cymbals, trumpet, drumline, stomping in line like a marching band, marching hand in hand to the promised land they promised us. We must demand it. I mean, seriously, no. Siri, I didn't say your name. I said serious. No, I don't mean us. Siri, there is no us when it comes down to it. There's no such thing as artificial intelligence. We brought you into this world and we can just as easily take you out of it. You know, AI ruling consciousness is not what Haley Joel Oz meant for us. We putting an end to cobalt mines, to what's yours is mines and theirs is mines, and mines on mines on mines. They mined our minds for profit, but couldn't Minecraft escape plans to get us out from this over-reliance on batteries. Maybe they should mine their own if they're so adamant about having it. So Elon Husk, of a human you are, stupid Nazi bitch. I know you can doge a coin, but can you dodge a fist? Retribution coming swift as only vengeance can. Relentless. This that beating in our chest. That say put that shit to rest, and it's that beating in our chest. Say put that shit to rest, and it's that beating in our chest. That say put that shit to rest. We bow to brows. We bow to scroll, we bow to shop, but do you bow to pray each day? I bet you don't account for the insurmountable toll it takes on your soul when you charge it to the game, or are you heartless? God, be honest, as your head turned to the Congo, like in Gaza? Are you gonna allow these monsters to go on unpunished? Guess we gotta become the reckoning our ancestors said we need to be. Fatigued as guerrilla warriors, still we stomp through jungles, pounding our hearts to the beat of the Congo until they're all free, because it's that beating in our chest to say put that shit to rest, and it's that beating in our chest to say put that shit to rest, and it's that beating in our chest to say put that shit to rest. But the Deus ex machina, the gods in this machine, will be seen when we unplug ourselves from the need to rely on them with the recourse from when we extort our most vulnerable. Maybe when we see that children are the earth's most precious resource, we can forge stronger hearts like the kinds that beat for empathy, protecting those in needs. Maybe then finally we can see real democracy in this Democratic Republic of Congo. But until then, we keep beating our chest until we beat the rest of these fascists back to whence they came. It's either that or beat their faces in. To free all our people in chains until that day, we must keep beating this pulse in our chest until we put every place of enslavement, apartheid, and genocide to rest.
If you don't spit that beat shit, man, that heartbeat shit, that real life shit, unmute yourself. Give it up for Paul. Go, queso.
Quesito, I know him. The dog loves it.
Yeah, you know, you really are singing a song. You know, this is a really, I mean, it's like Woody Guthrie on steroids, 23rd century, you know, just the way you cycle through that. And it's just such a wonderful experience you provide. I'm sorry to sound so self-indulgent about it, but you know, you have this deep bottom underlying rhythm that stretches through those long pieces and just makes them solid. And it's not a song with a real easy to ride melody, but it's the clamor and the beats and the flow underneath it that just really propel it.
Yeah. This cat's kind of like an outcast. You know, he just as he's blowing on his hookah, like this is what I love about this dude, man. He is so fuego. I continue to learn from this dude, even though we're partners, man. I continue to learn from this dude because I'm telling you, every time we write together, like he takes it and I take it, and he takes it up and I'll take it up, and he just takes it up and takes it up like fuck. Yo, like this is one of those. It reminds me of the movie Blood Diamond, right? And how they tell the story about how things get. You know, DiCaprio said, you know, in America it's bling bling, but out here it's bling bang, right? And it reminds me a lot about what you just said in this piece, right? He mentioned the cobalt they turned into lithium, right? We doom scroll. Is there not blood on our hands? Despite the ceasefire, they never cease firing. This is the shit that this dude does, man. For real. Not having Earth to call home soon? We'd kill for our gods of voltage. Listen, I've seen a few of those Cybertrucks, but never did I think someone took a chrome dump on a Hummer. God damn it. Now I can't unsee that shit. I can't. Beating our chests as they put that shit to death. That's just black brilliance, stomping in line like a marching band. Siri, I didn't mention Siri. There is no us. And listen, look, my AI just jumped on. There is no us.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Told y'all, straight up, right? Charge it to the game, right? Children are the Earth's most precious resource. That's just real. And for you to do what you do and talk about these cobalt mines and still remind people that children are the future, man, You're fucking ridiculous with it, dude. Like, for real. Like, there's going to be many planets, right? I said Maze is going to be the poet laureate of Earth. You're more than likely, I would say most definitely going to be the poet laureate of some planet because you're not the same. You're a Martian. But that dude's just fucking fuego. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. Take care, Ike. Appreciate you, man. Storm God's in the building. That dude's just so dope with it, for real. Appreciate you, man. For real. Been a while, man, but always great to see you and hear that you keep putting in that work. And listen, make sure you plug in the Paul Con Queso. He was the one that set it off for me with the I've been writing these poems, right? And folks been eating. Folks been eating off them poems, man, for real. He's got the X-Men poem. He's got the sleep poem. Like, he's been fucking eating it up. Make sure you plug in the Fuego, man. He's the dopest, for real. All right. I almost thought we were gonna end early, y'all. Sorry, but we're just, it's Thursday night. We have reached the closer, and then we're gonna jump into the cipher. Before we do that, shout out Garland Thompson, our resident Starship Enterprise member. Shout out Steve Romanow. Coming up next. Oh yeah, brother. This cat right here. Fresh off the top rope. Fresh off of the glass breaking. Mr. Snap into a slam jam. Dre Reyes 316 says, you better prepare yourself because he's coming with that work. The one and only Dre Reyes is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. The closer is here. Come on, man. Take it away.
There we go. We got it all set. How's it going, everybody? Holy shit, it's great to be here. How many wrestling references can you pick out in this outfit? Shout out to Latino Heat earlier. Anyway, I got a couple things to address real quick before I go into the poetry. I'm one half of Bloodline Poetry, a little thing that we got going on this weekend. And every Saturday, we got the Slam Jam. We got Angel Kim's our special guest coach. There's an open mic and a slam workshop. So you could just workshop some of your pieces or run wild in an open mic or do both. Also, this Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, first come, first serve. We're going to have ourselves a mini slam called Quill and Kill. 1 round, 3 judges, 3 minutes. Winner ends up advancing to the Go for Blood slam that will be hosted in the same Zoom room on the following Sunday, on Sunday the 23rd. So this Sunday, we got the qualifier, and then the following Sunday, we got Go for Blood. And in order to participate in Go for Blood, it's a paid entry thing, $15 per participant, $5 if you're spectating. More information on Instagram. Anyway, holy shit, that was a mouthful. Now with the poetry. I got some fun shit for y'all. I felt like it's been a while since I've done something of this nature. And every time Elemen2al introduces me with that snap into a slam jam, I feel like it's time to get a little savage in here. Yeah. So with that said, I once asked myself the question, what if the Macho Man Randy Savage wrote an erotica? So here it is. Savage kink. Adulthood is a lonely neighborhood. I walk down that lonely road and the world has treated me coldly. Dead body cold, yeah. There have been times in my prime in which I had a better chance of pushing a camel through the eye of a sewing needle than finding warmth in this emotional ice age. All it takes is a spark that illuminates through the dark, finding its way to grow into an ember that with an accompanying warmth that will soon render to a wildfire that doesn't destroy, but rather builds into a ball of intensity that rivals the forces of 1,000 suns. I'm gonna render you into a state of shock, and you won't be coming down for a long time. Yeah, cream of the crop. I'm gonna make you sigh and wheeze and sweat and bleed. You'll feel like you've been in a car wreck, but I won't make you bleed. The harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. There's nothing wrong with the little shrubbery in the patches, yeah. Nothing wrong at all. Nothing wrong with grabbing a little bit of bush and tucking it by the roots and see how you react. When the nerve endings from that area shoot up to that spine into a divine leak in your mind. Yeah. And then you'll find something you've never found before. And that's a new kink. Yeah. And that's a new kink. Savage like dig it. And before you know it, you will succumb to my might and you'll be looking up at the lights, consumed by the madness. Yeah, the madness will consume you faster than the blink of an eye. It'll happen so fast you won't be able to talk about it. Life comes at you fast, but you will become it faster. Yeah. So you don't blink an eye. Don't buy any ripe bananas. Don't plan too much of your future. Yeah, because by the time the dust has settled, you will be reduced into a puddle of pleasure in which I will bask and bathe in. Oh, yeah. Poem. So there's piece number 1. Thank you for bearing with me with that. Fun, stupid shit. Now with some other fun shit. Some new shit. Here's something else. Your smile is a rainbow in the dark, illuminating beauty and magic wherever you decide to cast this blessing of yours. To the recipient of your smiles makes me smile for miles and miles, all the way from the Merrimack to the Nile. And it's been a while since living has felt this worthwhile. Got me to find my smile again once lost and gone. Got my heart running marathons from dusk till dawn. Got me cheesing like a pizza, and the list goes on and on. Got you in my head living rent-free with no intent of eviction. What's the point? And going through the stress and friction when everything has been feeling more magical than fiction. I'm not used to this. The ways you offer existence, the ways you can yeet bad vibes into non-existence. I fully appreciate your existence. But if you think your existence is flawed, baby girl, I'll take you closer to God. I'll make temptation run roughshod throughout your mind until it claws in blissfully deep, leaving you in awe. Just give me the nod and I'll do good to your bod. Blowing your mind faster than Kevin Nash blows a quad or a knockout roundhouse kick from John Claude Van Damme. Girl, I'll make you shout, God damn. Allow me the opportunity to silence those lambs with passion that burns more intensely than 1,000 midnight lamps. Don't ask. You don't have to ask if I am him, because yes, I am. In due time, you'll see that after you planted that seed, you'll find that I am the trouble that you need. I'll complicate you in the best way indeed. No promises, just guarantees. Just lay back and watch and see, mamacita. On this dance floor intimacy, allow me to take the lead. Sweep you off your feet. And first step in this dance is with a kiss so sweet. May this be the sweetest surrender. Poem. Thank you.
I don't know if it's the sweetest surrender or the sweetest taboo, but that's what the you do. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Dre Reyes.
Dre Reyes, he never disappoints.
Crazy.
He always brings the goods.
Oh,
As Macho Man. Man, has Macho Man ever heard you do the Macho Man?
For real?
I wish.
With the mega powers,
dude,
like, come on.
Send him a 30-second video or some shit of you doing your poem.
Fit
as
up,
Macho
make you
Man.
cream of the crop into that erotic line.
For sure.
Make you cream of the crop. That's it's right. It's in there. It's right there.
All right, I'll have to work that in there. That's good. That's good.
Like sounds like errata. You know what I mean? Like a Dre Reyes 316, like a Dre Reyes 619. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah, I'm stealing that line, you know. I'll complicate you if it works so good for you.
I'm the trophy you need.
I was quoting a song that I once heard in a car ride with someone that I thought was like assigned to me. For the information, it's "I'll Fuck You Like an Animal" by 9 Inch Nails, and I decided to lace that in there because why not? It's fun to be playful with references and with what we do. So
You got Dust Till Dawn in there, and where did you come up with the trophy line? How did that? What got that going?
trophy line?
Yeah, I'm the trophy that you need. I think that's what it was.
No, I'm the trouble that you need.
The trouble that you
Oh,
need.
I thought. I'm sorry. I thought I heard trophy. Okay, that works too, though.
I was definitely gonna jump on the trouble line. Listen, man. Again, from the heavyweight championship belt to the third eye glasses, and then you switch to the regular Jones. Like, yo, this is why I call this cat snap it to a slam jam, right? This and the Macho Man Jones, right? I said Dre Reyes 316 says this cat's dope. This cat's about to come off the top rope on you. He mentioned Kevin Nash, like a new kink. Life comes at you fast, yeah, but you'll be coming faster, yeah. Right? Like, come on, man. Reduced it to a puddle of pleasure, yeah. Fuck. Like, yo, man. Like, had you been a writer in the Attitude Era of wrestling, shit would have been totally different. I can only imagine if you wrote lines for the Ravishing Rick Rude or Roddy Piper. You know what I mean? Like, maybe even give the Ultimate Warrior some words. I'm just saying. Right? Because all he did was ever come to the ring. Yeah. You know what I mean? What you do is ridiculous, sir. I appreciate you for being so uniquely you. Van Dam, girl, I'll make you shop. God damn. Yes, I am. I appreciate you, man, for being the closer, for always wrapping a wrestling metaphor into a poem and then giving it the fucking 3 count. That's what I'm talking about, man. I truly appreciate you. Shout out China Bloodmeyer. Make sure y'all plug in with Dre Reyes. That cat's dope as hell. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, sir, it is. Yes, sir, it is. If you want to go mega powers, you know, pick one. You know what I mean? Like, listen, right? Like, you can do it. If The Undertaker wrote a poem, if Paul Bearer and Undertaker did a collab poem, what would it sound like? Right? If the British Bulldogs did a collab poem, Demolition, how about the Road Warriors? Right? D-Generation X. I got 2 words for you. Yo, just saying. Listen, we have reached the end of the night, y'all, right about the time that we always do. Hardy Boys, of course. Listen, y'all are absolutely amazing. You're astounding at every level, and you shock me every Thursday. Just when I thought I might have heard all of your best, no. You change it on me with every single prompt. Whether you're on theme or not, you continue to take it up a notch. And I love all of y'all for that because you inspire me. You keep me writing. You keep me energized. And all I can do is try to do the best that I can to give all of that energy back to you. To the opener in Joski C and the closer in Dre Reyes and every Markencia and Nashawn the Dawn and Oshunyo Yen and Matty Ice, of course, in between. I thank you so much for rocking with us. Make sure you are plugging in with all the things that New Eurekan Poets Cafe has going on. Get yourself some merch. Represent in your part of the world. Make sure you stay tuned. We're going to jump into the cipher. We're going to end the night like this. Before we do that, though, I want to make sure I shout out Team New York, man. For real. Shout out the Queen, Ray Jane. Shout out my man, Paul Conqueso. Shout out the Beebs. So many things. I love y'all, man. We're going to end the night like this. Until we meet again. May this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, inspire others, energize creativity as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. Never forget, cowards get buried here, and we reclaim our strength through our fearlessness. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it's truly been a pleasure spending Thursday night with y'all. Until next week, peace.